Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. And as you can tell, I have my back day shirt on. And once again, I'm actually going to the fitness center. Now, why am I going to the fitness center as opposed to the actual gym so much? Well, it is gorgeous out and I have to work today. So I want to spend as much time in the gorgeous sun as I can because we've had such lousy weather that the less time I get to spend in my car and the more time I get to spend out in the sun, the better. Not including work hours because that doesn't count as fun. Am I right, Emil? Even though, like I said, I'm always blessed to have a job no matter what. So the more time I get to spend actually walking around and enjoying the sunlight, the happier I'll be. And like I said, it's gorgeous out today. It was gorgeous out yesterday. Yesterday, I gave myself a glorified day off, an unofficial day off, mind you. But today, I can't do that because we got to work to pay the bills. So I have my beet juice ready for the actual workout. I drank my pre-workout, and now we're gonna head to the fitness center, train some back, and trust me, while there isn't that much equipment at the gym or fitness center, mind you, I can get a solid back workout in, my friends. You have no idea what I am capable of, or maybe you do. And yes, I intentionally put that pseudo Brooklyn accent on because we got to make sure we get those gains in. Am I right? Got to really put it there, my friends. I don't know what that last accent was, but let's get to the fitness center. Let's work out. Let's train back. Let's enjoy the sun while we can, and let's have some fun. God bless y'all. Let's do it.
For our daily gym conversation, I want to talk about black metal. Yes, black metal. The genre that sometimes gets confused for death metal, thrash metal, or most other extreme metal bands. Obviously, it is a form of extreme metal, but it's kind of its own thing when if you actually know the nitty-gritty of metal and their subgenres. Of course, I always saw black metal more so as a takeoff of hardcore punk than something like a takeoff of death metal or even thrash metal. It's obviously an extreme metal subgenre, but I always saw it closer to punk than everything else. In fact, I think black metal even predates death metal. Don't quote me on that though. I'd have to actually Google that. But I'm too lazy to right now. So I'm going to make an assumption that black metal predates a lot of extreme metal genres. And I know there's some controversy of who's the first black metal. I say it's Venom. They had this sound, they had this style. They had a song literally called black metal. I know there's a lot of people who say that they got the name, but they didn't actually start the genre. They were more of a Motorhead ripoff band. But I listen to a lot of Venom. They have the rough around the edges style. They have the screams. They have the very horror movie inspired music. Venom is the OG black metal. They set the standard, essentially. Their music sounds like it was recorded in a shoebox that was found in a dumpster in the middle of the woods somewhere. That, to me, is pure black metal. And that's my favorite style of black metal. I really like music that is very, very rough sounding. Something that sounds like someone used that talk toy that Kevin McAllister had in Home Alone 2. I forget what it was called. Like they recorded everything on that. That to me is pure black metal. And that's why I equate it very much to punk. True punk sounds like that. Now, obviously, there's nothing wrong with music that actually sounds like it's cleaned up. But if I want something that's pure black metal, I want it to sound as gross as possible. And obviously, that doesn't take away from black metal bands that produce properly and don't sound like they just hit record on their iPhone or something like that. Like Behemoth, Emperor, Black Throne, Dark Funeral. All of these bands are obviously very cleaned up, but I know people say, well, Behemoth's black and death metal, but we're not going to get into that. Their music still is very good and very quality, and you can get a good pump listening to them. I don't listen to them for their message. Obviously, they are very, very anti-Christian, but if I'm just in the zone to get kind of mad and rip weights apart, yeah, I'm going to put them on for a little bit. It's more so for the noise, not so much what the singer is saying at that point. And I think a lot of people have a similar thing when they listen to like hardcore hip hop and things like that, or any type of death metal. Obviously, you're not going to listen to Cannibal Corpse and then want to go out and do a massacre of people. You're listening to it because it's fun, goofy music and it can get you into the zone of the pump. And that to me is why I like black metal so much, especially the rougher side of it. Kettle Cadaver, even though they're more hardcore punk than black metal, I consider them true, authentic black metal because very underrated band. If you can find their stuff, most of it's on YouTube, but don't try to actually look for an album there. You're not going to find it. Kettle Cadaver has some great stuff. Anyway, check out some black metal.
And I am back from the fitness center, and as you can tell, I'm already basically getting ready for work. Now I have my post-workout snack here. Yogurt, cottage cheese, scoop of chocolate protein, as well as collagen peptides. And I gotta inhale this pretty quickly because I want to leave for work and get to work early, so that way I can get to work early as well as leave early too. Normally they give you a little bit of a caveat if you show up 10 minutes early, they'll let you leave 10 minutes early. They're okay with that normally. Depends on who's running the show that day. But just in case, I figure I might as well get there a little bit early. And if they say, no, you can't do that, then that's a couple more minutes in my shift. Anyway, like I said, I'm going to inhale this. And my post-work conversation today is going to be about how this year has so many cool video games coming out. And I'm probably not going to be able to play many of them, which is very disappointing. But I got a backlog to clean up and I got to get to work. So I'll catch you guys in the end of it. Peace. And I am home from work, and today was an overall pretty good day. Not much to complain about. There were some things that were mildly annoying here and there, but the overall experience of work was not bad at all. And I got over 22,000 steps today. A lot of that was from work. And 3,921 calories, and obviously that's not just from walking, that's like the whole conglomeration of my body's burning and things like that, or at least it's what Fitbit is estimating I burned for the day. But I already ate supper, and now I'm going to make some tea to go to bed. Peppermint and chamomile day, the sleepiest day of them all. But anyway, so what I want to talk about? I want to talk about video games because yesterday's conversation was pretty serious, and while I still do obviously believe what I said, today I want to have a more fun conversation, and I want to talk about, man, there's just too many cool video games coming out this year. And last night they shadow dropped the Oblivion remake. That looks awesome. And tomorrow, or today as it's being uploaded, Claire Obscure Expedition 33 is coming out, and I didn't know about that until today, and it looks outstanding, and I want to play it, but I have too many games that I'm trying to get through now, so I can't play it just yet. And then there's Doom the Dark Ages, which looks incredible. Why are there so many cool games coming out all at once, and I'm still trying to get through my backlog? Man. And I still gotta play Helldivers 2 at some point. That's gonna be a nightmare of a platinum to try and get, but I know I have to play that. I mean, for obvious reasons. Me being the dude who loves shooting space bugs. But anyway. There was just so many cool games looking like they're gonna come out soon. And I still want to play Rise of the Ronin. I still want to play Scarlet Nexus. I still want to find the Castlevania games. Man, there's just so many games I want to play through. Some of these are replays, obviously, but man, so many cool games. Like the 3 that I named this year, one of them people are saying has the Claire Obscure game. People are saying it's a Game of the Year contender. That's wild. And then I don't know if people can count the Oblivion remake as a Game of the Year contender because it is just a remake. It looks incredible for a remake, mind you. It looks absolutely outstanding. But Game of the Year just to me means if it came out this year, then it can count as a Game of the Year. So if someone makes a Game of the Year list and they say the Oblivion remake is my game of the year. They absolutely can. And if the Game of the Year awards, or at least the official one, says that, hey, we're putting this on the Game of the Year list, then so be it. Why not? They did. I think it is built from the ground up, maybe. And I think this is them giving everyone a nudge about Elder Scrolls 6, which is taking a while. I remember when that first trailer announced, I think one of my earliest YouTube videos is me actually talking about that trailer. In case you're wondering how far back this YouTube channel actually goes. Yes, some of my earliest videos are me just reacting to stuff, and I didn't really know what flow I wanted to do. Now I actually know what I want to do with my YouTube channel, but hopefully we'll actually get some information about Elder Scrolls 6 sometime soon, because Morrowind was awesome, Skyrim was awesome. I was indifferent about Oblivion, obviously, and I know that's the fan favorite one, but the leveling system kind of ruined it for me because I couldn't follow it. People are saying this Oblivion Remake's leveling system is actually way better. I don't know if that's true or not. I haven't played it yet, but it still looks awesome. It looks like it's a lot of fun to play. But that Clair Obscure game, I kind of feel bad for it because it came out right at the perfectly wrong time. It's not their fault. They didn't know they were going to get a Elder Scrolls game shadow dropped the exact same week of their game release. But I support the smaller devs, so if I'm going to get a newer game, it's going to be Clair Obscure. Also because it looks more my speed anyway. And it also has Charlie Cox as one of the lead voices. That's awesome. Tell me, like, my one friend doesn't play video games, but I guarantee I can get him to play at least this, possibly. He'd have to shell out money for a PS5 or an Xbox. But I might be able to convince him to. It'd be like, hey, Charlie Cox is in this game. You should totally get it. He might actually pick it up. I don't know. Matt, I love you, buddy. I do. Trust me. But the gameplay of Clair Obscure looks so cool. It's a turn-based RPG with some action elements, a little bit, very minor. It looks like a perfect fusion of Lost Odyssey, if anyone's played that, and the Persona series when it comes to its combat, and that looks outstanding. I don't know too much overall about the plot because the people who are reviewing the game, they're kind of being quiet about the plot because they say there's a lot to give away. It's very, like, you want to basically go into the plot blind. And I'm happy to do that. I think the game looks, man, I really want to play Clair Obscure. But this backlog has to get cleaned up first. And I'm happy. That is one of my problems. But I also want to talk about staying focused on my goal. And I'm not talking about video games here. This acting goal. Because my coworker Jay, he said, I just want to see him become a Power Ranger. I mean, obviously, my goals are Power Rangers and Starship Troopers. But it sounded like he was really pushing for me to continue forward in doing this. Now, obviously, that two-year plan isn't going away. That's not at all. But him saying that really made me go, I gotta stick to this. I gotta succeed on this. I can't give up. And I won't. I'll do whatever I have to do to achieve what I want to achieve. Come heck or high water. It's going to be stressful. It's going to be a doozy, but I'm going to do it. Anyways, guys, I got to call it for the night. I want to play some games. I need to do my stretching drills. And I need to go to bed because I got work tomorrow. So, I'll catch you guys later. Have a good night.